Hi, this is Jim at Make Guitar Music. Join me as I browse through the book, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Guitar Exercises by Heme Lutjabor. This video accompanies a written review at MakeGuitarMusic.com. If you're not already there, I would invite you to visit Make Guitar Music to read the entire review. The website's URL appears at the end of this video. The intro to this book pretty much sums it up. The focus is on building finger strength and stamina while you improve your technique and musical knowledge. The book is written in tablature and standard notation, and there's a CD with a solo guitarist demonstrating most of the book's exercises. This book is broken up into 4 parts. Part 1 is chord exercises, presented using the caged approach, and Part 2 is scales, also using the caged approach. Part 3 is arpeggios, and Part 4 is for fingerpicking. This book would be suitable for a complete beginner as it thoroughly describes how to read tablature and chord diagrams. It also covers how to read fingerboard diagrams of both chords and scales and rhythm slashes. And it offers some advice on deciding whether to use a pick or bare fingers. So, while all of this material would be appropriate for the complete beginner, this is not a guitar method book. So while beginners could benefit by working some of the exercises into their practice schedule, they would not want to use this book by itself to learn guitar basics. Likewise, an experienced player looking to build up some strength and stamina could also benefit by working on the exercises in this book. The exercise portion of the book starts off with warm-up exercises. These would be suitable for using before you jump into an intense practice session, or a jam session, or a gig. The book is organized in a logical manner. It goes from chord exercises to single note scale exercises, then on to single note arpeggios, and finally into finger picking. But this is definitely not the type of book that you start at the beginning and work your way through as it increases in difficulty. It would be entirely up to you, the player, to pick the appropriate section to work on. Now, some players might want or need a bit of background information or theoretical information about the exercises, and the author does a good job of putting the exercises in proper context. For example, with these caged chords. He spends some time reviewing the caged system, where the chords, and then later on the scales, are mapped to the open C, A, G, E, and D chords. And here we see a typical chord exercise layout for this book. There's this 4-bar exercise, and it's presented in tab and standard notation. The strumming pattern is indicated over the first bar, and the CD icon indicates that there's a demo track of how the exercise should sound. And most of the exercises in the book do have demo tracks on the CD. At page 104 of the book, it starts into single note exercises, and the book is about 250 pages long. And as with the chord exercises, the scale exercises are based on the caged positions. Here's an example of a typical scale exercise. There's the 8-bar exercise in tab and standard notation, and there's the diagram of the scale pattern. The CD icon shows that the exercise is recorded on the CD. One thing to note, the author doesn't just throw down the basic scales and have you run through them. He does make an effort to make them melodic, so he tries to add some musicality into the exercises. It makes them a bit more interesting to practice. And that is pretty much what this book is all about. Exercises, exercises, and more exercises. The final section does offer some right-hand exercises for finger pickers. If you're not already into finger picking, the author gives you some nice getting started lessons. There are some basic patterns to start with. And then he goes into the right-hand exercises. And that's pretty much what this book is all about. If you're looking for a book to help you build up some guitar playing strength and stamina, this would be a fine choice.